for joining me tonight. I'm Martine Felton. I just wanted to reintroduce myself for those who don't know. And I'm a writer, a self published author, intuitive self love and empowerment life coach. And I help people who are feeling overwhelmed and stuck to love themselves and take care of themselves more and go from go from a limited mindset to an empowerment and more empowered mindset, so that they can fully step into their power and allow themselves to shine more. Okay, well, it seems like I'm having a bit of a problem here. Are you not seeing me on Facebook? I am not muted. I am added. Can you, if you can't see me on Facebook, can you let me know? Leave me a comment. Can you see me? Can you see me? If you can see me, please say yes, you can see me in the comments. Okay, great. Okay, because I was, all right, great. So, getting back to what I was saying, I help people who are feeling overwhelmed and stuck to love and take care of themselves more and go from a limited mindset to a more empowered mindset so that they can, fully step into their power and, live their best lives. So, my book, You Love, You Learn, it's a memoir, it's a teaching memoir, and it's really near and dear to me. It's like self love journeys and stories of specific relationships that specific narcissistic relationships that I was in, where I wasn't honoring myself and had little to no self love. And in the process, of as the book progresses, I share moments of clarity, moments of growth that lead me through and out of those narcissistic spaces. Um, and with each story and each chapter, I end with a lesson learned, and some self love affirmations and some journal prompts. So that's what it is. And so it's on pre order now on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, iBooks, Kobo, and all other major retailers. It's going to be in bookstores too on the release date. So if you order now, you if you order a print copy now, you will have it in your hands on March 5th. If you order like an ebook, it it will be, you know, on your Kindle or your iBook. They say they see me on Facebook. Huh? Okay, I'm sorry, but maybe it's the connection here. Um anyway, guys, so if you order the ebook, then you will have it on your Kindle or your Kobo or whatever, however you read your ebooks. So today's topic is self-love, and most of the time all my topics are going to be about self-love most of the time, because that is what I like to talk about. That is my passion. And I really believe that, the best love is self love. Once you have love for yourself, then you can navigate other relationships better, even everyday things, even work, school, friendships. Once you have that love and honor for yourself, everything else follows and it filters into everything. But most of us, sometimes find ourselves in toxic situations. So, have you ever found yourself in a situation that you knew no longer served you? I mean, I know I have. I wrote a whole book about it, but and a lot of times it just doesn't work. It's bad, it's toxic, and we tend to, and this is where the self love comes in. You know what I mean? It's like you have to ask yourself, how can I love myself in this moment? You know what I mean? What can I do in that moment of negativity, of toxicity, or whatever situation, in the heat of that moment? You ask yourself, how can I love myself in this moment? And what would someone who loves themselves do? Because we as people tend to remain in the familiar because it's what we know. We don't like change, fear of the unknown. We cling to, what we know only because we don't know what else is out there for us. So we stick to situations that we know, we stick with people, bad toxic relationships. But when that pain of remaining in the familiar becomes greater than the fear of the unknown, then it's time to surrender and let that shit go. So the answer to that question is, what would someone who loves themselves do? Is they take that leap of faith. You know what I mean? They take that leap of faith and they trust themselves and they trust the universe that they would be supported. And that really takes a lot of courage. It takes courage to leave something familiar and to just to up and be like, yo, I'm just going to take care of myself. I'm going to put myself first. For a lot of people, it takes courage because, like I said before, it's easier to stay in the familiar. And when you choose yourself above any and all toxicity, the universe will support you. Once you take that leap of faith, the universe, God, however you want to equate it to, once you take that leap of faith, then he's like, or she is like, oh, okay, this is what you're gonna do. Finally you got your act together. Okay, we'll support you because this is the best step, for you. So that leap of faith really is I got my little notes here, is the first step to transformation, at the end of the day. So the leap of faith, speaking of, that's my first chapter. It's about just that. It's about ending a relationship that was toxic and taking a leap of faith into the unknown, taking that leap of faith into being a single mom, going back to school, preparing for a new career in a whole new industry that I knew nothing about. But I had to take that leap of faith because I had a child who was looking at me as, her role model. So I had to take that leap of faith and say, you know what? I got to get my shit together because this is not working. Okay. So I took that leap of faith without knowing how it would turn out for me, but I trusted in the guidance that I was getting from the divine, and from myself, and just the guidance, from myself, and what resonated with me as a person, what made me feel good. And, and that's all part of self love. That's being able to see what resonates with you, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like yourself, so, and doing that, so where was I here? I lost my place. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Self love practices. A lot of self-love practices. Everybody has their own thing about what makes them feel happy, what makes them feel like themselves, but I listed a few things here. Some people might resonate with them, and you can take these tips with you and use them and apply them. And yeah, so setting boundaries is something that a lot of us don't know how to do. We say yes, 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 yes to everything and everybody, and we take on a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of other people's stuff, and we don't have anything left for ourselves. So setting boundaries, learning how to say no, you know, and not feeling guilty about it, taking time for yourself, not overworking. And people won't like it. People who are used to you having no boundaries and that are always coming to you for stuff, the takers, they're not going to like it. And they're used to sponging off your energy. So once you start setting boundaries for yourself, and then you're going to see that those people who are the ones that commonly, try to suck up your energy, they're going to be like, well, now, wait a minute. Okay. He or she just said no to me. That they always like, let me dump my shit on them. So setting boundaries is a self-love practice that I highly, highly recommend. And second is trust. Trust yourself. Trusting yourself is an act of self-love. It's a power move. And I saw this in a quote the other day on Facebook. Trusting yourself is a power move. And it was like a ton of bricks, because I was like, yes, it is. Because when you trust yourself and you don't like second guess yourself, that's you taking control and, stepping into your power, and not allowing, that little voice in the back of your mind that says, oh no, that's not good. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. You're going to fuck it up. You know what I mean? So trusting yourself is really a self-love practice and a power move. Remember that you're taking your power back by trusting yourself and trusting the universe, trusting in the divine, that you're being guided on the right path. So celebrate yourself, celebrating your wins, celebrating even if it's little, even if it's like, you lost a pound, after 2 weeks of working out, so celebrate that. Celebrate the wins and celebrate yourself, celebrate your accomplishments, and, big yourself up. Getting healthy, getting healthy is really important, about as far as treating yourself and loving yourself and taking care of yourself, because getting healthy, eating right, exercising, whatever resonates with you, and it's not always going to be eating and exercising, eating healthy and exercising. Some people get healthy by going for walks or meditation or doing what makes you feel fit, you know and another thing is, don't allow limiting beliefs to take over. Don't let that little voice that I had mentioned before, don't let that little voice take over, because then it's going to set you back. We a lot of us are like become overwhelmed with limitations and insecurities about ourselves. So that little voice, tell that little voice to shut the hell up. Okay, do not let it prevail. Keep your circle positive. I really believe that. I keep my circle small anyway, but you want to keep it small or whatever, keep it positive. And if the people that are around you don't uplift you, or if they're not doing positive things as you are, then you might want, to fade them a little bit. And lastly, make time for fun. Now, I have a huge problem with that. I'm not going to lie, because I'm always on in work mode, because I want to get my book out, I want to launch my coaching practice, I want to, trying to get clients, want to do this, want to do that. So it's like you have to make time for fun, recreational activities. And I know we're still in the midst of a pandemic right now, so we can't really do much, even though a lot of people are. But if you're being responsible, um, it's hard. So you have to be intentional with it, and just make time for fun safely. You know what I mean? So what else about, oh, lastly, I'm sorry, not ready for that. Journaling. Journaling is something that I really love. And I incorporated that in the book too. Journaling, just dumping your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions on a piece of paper, helps you to process them and helps you to see what's really, once you write everything how you feel and you be totally honest with that piece of paper. No one else is going to read it but you. So after you've brain dumped and dumped all your thoughts and your emotions on that piece of paper, and you read it back, and you'll learn some stuff about yourself, like, wow, I never really thought or knew that I even felt that way about a certain situation, or you know what I mean. So journaling, I really highly, I love to work with journal prompts, and they're at the end of each chapter in my book, and each journal prompt pertains to that that chapter. So the journal prompt that I have for chapter 1, leap of faith, is: what pattern or behavior do I need to release in order to leap into the next chapter of my life? And when you think about it, it's like I said earlier, we hold on to things that don't serve us because it's familiar, because we don't know anything else. Sometimes you're going to have to release things and people, in order for you to leap into the next chapter of your life. Not everyone can go with you. If you're on a path, you're on a specific path, and you have specific goals, and you want to live a certain way, and you want to do certain things, you can't take everybody with you, especially if they were in that toxic circle with you. Not everybody can come. So if you're a journaler like I am, try this journal prompt, and I would love to know, after you try it in your journal, what did you learn about yourself after. I mean, it's totally private. You could DM me or message me, or however you want to do it, but if it worked for you, I don't want to know what you wrote down, but if it worked for you, if you learned something about yourself that you didn't even know, I would love to know. So I'm going to leave that there. Enough talking about journal prompts and stuff like that, but I'm going to leave that there. And I just wanted to let you guys know, again, my book is on pre-order right now. It's going to be released on March 5th. You can go to my website and actually pre-order from there. And there's a link to my first book, Life Interrupted, as well, that you can purchase on my, through my website as well. And I have merchandise. I have like this really cute shirt here on there. This is for women. I have a hoodie, sweatshirt, and a blue like slouchy sweatshirt that you can order merch from there. Go on my website, martinefelton.com, sign up for my email list. And also I do personal readings, tarot card readings, and oracle card readings. So if you're into it and you want a reading, just contact me, and I'll make that happen. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, probably next Friday. Take care.